I'm not sure if, I'm not sure if the minister has commented publicly. I bet you there was a press conference, media conference, on the effect of the decision on what you're doing in Alberta. But maybe I could just request that he consider updating us a bit so that I don't have to read this while I'm standing here. But in the meantime, this has turned out to be a really interesting bill for me, mostly I think because I represent downtown Edmonton. So I have certainly had a number of people express their opinion fairly forcefully. And I admit that a number of them are connected with the restaurant and hospitality industry. I don't think that makes their views any less pertinent or valuable, although they have a certain interest in the outcome of the bill, I suppose. But I want to acknowledge them because I think it's important when we're in this House and we're representing people that we do bring their voices to the floor. I have heard from this one doesn't tell me what their name is, so I'm not going to do that one. But I've heard from Vivian Jonathan, who is appalled. I'll quote this. I'll send the stuff to Hansard and I'll table it all tomorrow. But she's appalled that as law-abiding citizens she'd be criminalized without breaking the Criminal Code of Canada. It's a travesty. And this isn't to say necessarily that these people are right. I'm almost positive the minister would feel that they're wrong. But I think it's important that we understand how they're feeling because it's going to relate to what I'm going to say later. Nathan Kyler from the Union Hall agrees with my stance. I didn't tell him to say that, but I think it's because I'm questioning the one section, which is Section 12, amending Section 88 in the main bill. Joyce Ingram, again, she doesn't indicate that she's affiliated with any particular nope. As an Albertan, I do not support the 0.05 limit and the penalties proposed. Oh, this bill should be forwarded to a policy committee for further input by Albertans. All right, Joyce. Jonas van Ginhoven, who works for a construction company. So, nope. He would like to say that he's not against measures to reduce drunk driving, but he's and he's also the first to admit that he's not overly well read on this subject. But he really feels very strongly that we have a problem with enforcement of current laws and a problem with the justice system allowing repeat offenders to be allowed to get behind the wheel. So he would be very keen on two of the sections in Bill 26. But he suggests that it's rare that impaired drivers are caught and asks why not change the check stop program. We need more check stops. Why not have police dedicated to late-night surveillance of trouble areas? So that's Jonas, and he does not have a stake in the hospitality industry. Dan Pete. His family's been dramatically affected by impaired driving, with a death in the family caused by an impaired driver. And the driver was apparently over double the legal limit of blood alcohol content. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the point here. By lowering any limits to 0.05, these same type of people are still going to drive with no regard for potential consequences. They had no regard for the law before. Why would they have any regard for it after a change in the lower limit? He believes two things will happen. The law will effectively make people who are law-abiding regular Joe people who have 2 or 3 drinks with dinner criminals, and that will drastically affect lives, careers, and families. And the law would tie up the courts dramatically with the newfound criminals, and the law would not dissuade anyone who's previously would have driven over 0.08 from driving. Oh, my Lord, I have a whole whack of them here. I think I've raised the issues brought forward by Mike Yasinski from Hudson's earlier, and of course he has a number of statistics. Oh, there's Jim Thornton. He is not connected, I know he's not, and fully opposes the proposed impaired driving legislation. Okay, so that starts to give you a sense of what my life has been like recently. But I think what I'm seeing in this legislation, and I thank the members opposite who've taken the time to spend with me and outline their vision for a changing culture. And I complimented the minister's staff already on what turned out not to be their speech, because I think the minister ripped it up and spoke from the heart. And I felt it was very effective. And I was certainly partially swayed by it, and also by the Minister of Transportation. As I said before,